Alright guys, welcome to the first video in this review series where I'll be reviewing a lot of the equipment that I use. This channel really isn't going to be a review channel, but I thought it'd be nice to review a lot of the equipment that I use in case some people were interested on my thoughts on it. So this first video is going to be a review on my Hoyt TORREX compound bow. Just some background on the Hoyt TORREX. This is Hoyt's mid-range compound bow. Came out mid-2020. Replaced their Hoyt's previous mid-range bows. Before they had like a lower mid-range and a higher mid-range bow. They consolidated that into the Hoyt TORREX and the Hoyt TORREX XT. What I have is the Hoyt TORREX. So some quick features of the bow. The bow's riser is made of casted metal. It's not made of machined aluminum like the Hoyt Ventum. So the quality is maybe not as good as the Hoyt Venom, but that's not to say that the quality isn't good. The bow is very well made. The riser is very sturdy. It doesn't feel cheap at all, but it's good for the price point. As a mid-range bow, this is targeted towards, I think someone who wants to get into archery, wants to get into a compound bow, doesn't want to get the low-end bows that you might find at Walmart or at Dick's Sporting Goods, wants to get something with a little better build quality, but not break the bank. And that's exactly why I bought this bow, because I'm a new archer. This is my first compound bow. I was looking at a lot of bows when I went in to buy this. I was thinking at first about, spending money on a $1,000 flagship bear bow, like the Hoyt Venom. But I didn't want to make the investment into that just yet, because I was just starting to get into this. So I didn't want to, go in over my head. So this bow, the Hoyt TORREX, comes in at around $600. If you decide to get the optional fuse accessory package that this bow can come with, it's about $700. And I'll get into the fuse package and all the accessories that come with it a little bit later. But first I want to touch on a few key components of the bow. So the riser is Hoyt's Tech riser design. It's been around for a while. Tried and true, proven, you're getting a good design with the riser. The bow comes in several different limb options. Anywhere from 40, 50, 60, and 70 pound limb options. These limbs are adjustable. For instance, this bow comes with the 70 pound limbs, but you can unscrew the limb bolt to reduce the draw weight. So when I got this bow, I knew I wanted a 70 pound bow because I wanted to get as much speed and power out of the bow as possible. But I knew I really couldn't pull 70 pounds, not without hurting myself. So I had asked the guys at the pro shop when I bought this bow to turn down the draw weight as much as possible. They were able to crank this bow down to 52 pounds. So I can't speak for all the other limb weight options or even other bows. I can't say every 70 pound bow that you're gonna buy will be able to be cranked down to 52 pounds. But I'm just saying that, this bow has a wide range of draw weight for someone who may want to have a higher draw weight in the future but can't pull that draw right now. They can lower it down and then work their way back up. This bow also uses Hoyt's cam and a half system that's been around for a while. So it has, the yokes right here, and that's how you tune the bow. You do the yoke tuning. Versus the newer Ventum and RX5, which has a dual cam. This cam's been around for a long time. Good design. So previously, the Hoyt cams had different modules for different draw lengths. The cams now have one module for a wide variety of draw lengths. The draw length on this bow can be adjusted anywhere from 26 to 30 inches. Give or take some depending on how you twist the cables. You can maybe add a quarter inch here or there. But it's designed to fit a wide variety of archers. Bear bow comes in at around 4 pounds. With everything included on it, it'll come around 5 pounds. Not much weight. You know, a 5-pound bow is not that bad. Alright, so I want to move into some pros of the bow. The grip that comes with the bow is it's a really solid grip. Not too wide, not too narrow. Very comfortable, sits in your hand very well. As far as the operation of the bow, the draw cycle is pretty smooth. It's not the smoothest thing in the world. I haven't drawn many bows, but I can just imagine that there are some smoother draw cycles in there. Not to say that the draw cycle in this is rough, but it could be a little bit smoother, especially when you have the limbs all the way dialed up. I had this bow at a draw weight of 55 pounds. Super smooth. But once I cranked it up to 70, it was a little bit rougher, but still not that bad. On the shot, there's a little bit of hand vibration. There's not a whole lot. I fired some lower end bows, like some bears and some other stuff, and you really feel the bow shake, kind of violently on some bows. This not so much, just a little bit. You can feel a little bit of hand vibration, but it's not that bad. All things considered, you know, I have, you know, this little dinky fuse stabilizer on this, and the bow's pretty light, so there should be some hand vibration. Deck this bow out with some stabilizers on this. I'm pretty sure it will kill all the hand vibration. The bow is also pretty quiet, especially on the lower draw weight options. At 70 pounds, I do hear the bow a lot more when being fired, but it's not too bad. It could be quieter though. It could be quieter, but it's not too bad. I'll still leave it as a pro. Another pro about the bow, honestly, is the fuse accessory package that you can get on the bow. The accessory package comes with a fuse, fixed 5-pin sight, a QAD Hunter Ultra Rest, and a fuse quiver that, you know, slides into the sight. I've actually taken the quiver off because I've upgraded it to the new Tight Spot 2-piece quiver. But I mean, this quiver, you know, it did its job. It was pretty good. Doesn't stand out, but it's not bad either. But yeah, the fuse accessory package is pretty nice for someone that's getting started into the world of archery. If you don't want to spend, you know, $200, $300, $400 on a sight, another $200 on a rest, $200 on a stabilizer setup, you know, this package is pretty nice. It's nice that it allows you to have a good platform to build off of. You know, when I first bought the bow, I wasn't really sure about all the different sights and stabilizers and rests that are out there. The more I shoot this and the more I'm getting to know about, you know, the different products that are out there, now I can see, you know, what sight I want to upgrade to, what rest I want to upgrade to. But this package has allowed me to use the bow without having to invest a lot of money up front. You know, I can build this bow up over time, so that's a big plus as well. Some of the cons on this bow, and there aren't very many, 2 or 3 things. The limb pockets on this bow are made of composite material. I've seen a lot of people talk about it as if it's a bad thing, or not necessarily a bad thing, but not something that's wanted. I don't really notice a big deal with it. The bow fires just fine. But it's something that something to be aware of if that's a con for you, if that's a deal breaker for you. Another one of the cons is the spongy back ball on this bow. You'll hear a lot of people talk about it, but this bow has a very spongy back wall. When you draw the bow back, you feel the cams lock and you're into that back wall, but you can still pull maybe another 1/4 inch. At least that's what it feels like. So the back wall is pretty spongy. It's not the greatest thing in the world. I don't think it's a deal breaker, especially for the price point that this bow is at and what it's intended for. I think it's fine, but just something to be aware of. One last con that I could think of is this bow is, I guess you would say it's bottom heavy, but when fired, even with the stabilizer on, it won't fall forward. When fired, it tends to kind of kick up a little bit. That can be remedied with a longer stabilizer or a better stabilizer than this little flappy thing. But just something to be aware of as well. Alright, so some final thoughts. I think this bow is really good for new archers, people that are looking to get into the sport, that want a good quality bow, but they don't want to drop the money for a flagship model, but they also don't want to buy the cheapest thing on the market. This is a good bow for that, especially with the optional fuse package. With the optional fuse package, this bow provides you with a great platform to build off of. You don't have to buy everything at once, especially if you're a new archer. You're not going to have the sight that you want or the stabilizer setup that you want. This allows you to have a bow that you can bring out to the range, shoot, and over time slowly upgrade it. So final score I want to give this bow is an 8 out of 10. For the price that they sell this bow at, for everything that comes on it, for the performance you can get out of this bow, this is a solid 8 out of 10 for me. Alright, so that's my review on the Hoyt TORREX. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button below and subscribe. Let me know if you have Hoyt TORREX, what do you think about it? Or do you think there are other better mid-range bows on the market? Let me know. I'd like to hear your opinions. You can also find me on Instagram at CZDR Media. I'll leave a link in the description down below. If you want to check out my Instagram and follow me there, I'd appreciate it as well. Alright, well, I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank you.